Lagos, I am Adenike Owoye Ajiboye. President Muhammadu Buhari has assured parents of the schoolgirls abducted from Government Girls Secondary School Chibok of Borno State that their daughters will never be abandoned to their fate. The president discussed this at the Abuja House in London. The president, who urged the parents to keep their hope alive on the return of their daughters, noted that the recovery of more than 100 of the girls that were kidnapped should have a confidence that all hope is not lost. President Buhari also reaffirmed that his government remains focused and determined to see the girls return to their homes, urging the parents to be expectant of good news in due course. Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Kayode Fayemi, has officially declared his intention to run as candidate for a governor in Ekiti State under the platform of the All Progressives Congress, APC. The minister lost the 2014 election to Governor Ayo Fayoshi of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Fayemi was appointed minister by President Muhammadu Buhari in November 2015 and represents the state at the Federal Executive Council, FEC. Fayemi is also expected to visit the APC National Secretariat next week to purchase his nomination form and expression of interest forms. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has called on chairmen and commissioners of national and state houses of assembly to improve on the productivity of parliamentary staff. Governor Wike held disclosed this during a courtesy visit from stakeholders at the government house in Port Harcourt, said parliamentary staff are critical to the development of legislative arm of government. He charged the chairman and commissioners to place national interest above individual consideration.
The legislature, the executive, and those who work with them must work together for the interests of the state. And I believe you are coming to them will help. By the time you review the activities of the states and that another assembly, it will help you to take a common position as regards the Assembly Service Commission, be it state or national, is very, very important. Instead of us, after politicking, to focus on governance. It was unfortunate in our own part, from the beginning to the end. We don't talk about governance, we talk about politics. Security is even politicized, everything is politicized. Development is even politicized. So everybody must make sure that, look, the way our country is going, if we don't participate, if we don't speak out, if we don't fold our hands and say, well, we are not politicians, who are more politicians than you?
The chairman, National Assembly Service Commission, Adamu Fika, commended the governor for his unwavering support to the assembly over the years.
You have completed for the State Service Commission. We would like to thank Your Excellency for the monumental works you have done to a river state, and particularly in Port Harcourt.
Governor Wike charged all to work together for effective delivery in the state. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has invited 13 top officers of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, for questioning over an alleged 2.5 billion naira scandal in the agency. The development has made the list of those implicated in the fraud to 20 because the Anti-Graft Commission had earlier acquitted a former Director General and 6 serving directors of the agency. The board of the NEMA, headed by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, had earlier suspended the 6 directors based on an interim report from the EFCC. The same people were said to have complained to an ad hoc committee of the House, which led to the invitation of the Vice President, the acting chairman of the EFCC, Ibrahim Agu, and some government officials. A federal high court sitting in Lagos State has fixed May 3rd to hear a suit by a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress APC, Adewale Hamid, challenging the purported tenure elongation of APC national officers, including its chairman John Oyegun. The defendants are John Oyegun, Shegun Oni, Lawa Shaibu, National Secretary Ibrahim Gubi, a Vice Chairman Pius Akiyalure, and the Independent National Electoral Commission. Bandere served the order for substituted service on the sixth defendant was obtained fraudulently as the address stated on the order was wrong. The death toll in an attack by Fulani herdsmen in Taraba State has risen to 32. Herdsmen had attacked a Jadikula village in Wukari local government area on Wednesday. No fewer than 25 bodies were counted in spite of the intervention by soldiers who were said to have battled with the killers for several hours. A former special advisor to the late Governor Adam Basantai told journalists that 7 new bodies were recovered yesterday as some of the victims were buried in shallow graves. The police have detained an activist, Deji Adeyoju, at the venue of a protest for the release of Ibrahim El-Zakzaki. El-Zakzaki, a Shiite cleric and the leader of the Islamic movement of Nigeria, has been in detention since 2015 when Nigerian soldiers massacred and killed over 300 of his fellows. Adeyoju has been leading daily protests for the cleric's release over the past 3 months. Details of his arrest are still sketchy, but he is believed to have been arrested by the FCT Police Command at the venue of the rally. The police say they have arrested 12 additional suspects in connection with the April 5, 2018 bank robbery at Offa in Kwara State. The police had earlier arrested 8 suspects, bringing the number of suspects arrested in their custody to 20. The first public relations officer, Jimo Moshood, who discussed this in a statement in Abuja, said the police recovered phones, iPads, and SIM cards belonging to those who were killed during the robbery, adding that the suspects all confessed to the crime. And our road users in Lagos State have called on Governor Akinwumi Ambode to find an urgent solution to the trailers, trucks, and oil tankers parked on the Western Avenue Bridge. They made the call in an interview with Superscreen while reacting on a continuous traffic jam on that road in the state. The recent traffic gridlock in Lagos State might be unconnected to the road projects being carried out by the Lagos State government. But the uncommon traffic jam daily experienced on the roads leading to Lagos Island has been attributed to the trailers, trucks, and oil tankers lined up or parked on the ever-busy Ojuelegba Bridge down to Costain, a situation that has led to many motorists groaning on the same spot for hours in trying to get to their destination, either to the island or from the island to the mainland. The incessant traffic bottleneck also has impacted negatively on commercial activities of citizens, the state, and even investors, and it is believed that the directive given by the Lagos State government for the tanker drivers would be enforced to eliminate the current hardship being faced by motorists. These Lagos residents share their views.
Those articulated vehicles are a major cause of traffic on this end of the road, and until they were removed, we might still be witnessing some of these kind of issues about traffic causing more man-hour, loss of man-hour to people getting to their work very late, people not being able to do their business optimally. If you stay too long on that bridge, the bridge are dangling, they are floating, you understand, and this is dangerous. The calamity or whatever is going to happen might not be able to be controlled. Articulated vehicles are not meant for no reason at all to be parking on the bridge. So the government need to do something and do something fast. And the allegation has always been going, it is not the common man that are parking this vehicle there. Those are the people that owns this country. Those are the people that are doing things in this country. And I don't think anybody should be more than the government in this country.
It's tanker drivers and bad whole roads that cost a lot. But if people keep on to their lane, you know, if trailers should keep on to one lane, and then the traffic will be flowing. The defect is that they now delayed us from reaching our home on time, so that we're prepared to come to work the following day.
The issue of tankers has a very bad implication in the society, not only in the area of traffic, as well as in the economy. It does not allow economic development to move. Look at the tankers. People that wants to go about their businesses may not have the time to go. So they should be able to do something to reduce the influx of tankers. Tankers has been here. In fact, if not because of the magnanimity of Lagos State government, the situation could have been worse. Because why I'm saying so is that if you look at the situation, the tankers have been controlled by Lagos State government through the effort of LASMA. They've been controlled. If this has not been so, people that are going from Ojuelegba, where we are standing now, to Lagos will not reach Lagos in 2 hours time.
You will recall that the Lagos State government last year, September, gave an order to trailers, trucks and oil tankers to stay away from Lagos till the traffic gridlock from the ports located in Apapa is rectified. They advised the drivers of those trailers and trucks to park them at Ogiri Trailer Park and others outside the state pending the resolution of the crisis. But today, rather than heed the advice, the tanker drivers have continued to park on the ever-busy Ojuelegba road. These residents speak on the possible way out.
Our integrated system is not perfect yet. We still need to work harder on our integrated transport system. This is what will make people to park their vehicles at home and use public bus. There is somewhere in Ogiri that they have been saying that there's a tanker park that can contain more than about 10,000 tankers and what have you. Let them park there. Let there be some communication system. When they have pass, they will come maybe in 10, in 20, they will come to the port, pick whatever they want to pick, and then leave.
They should look for another place, parking space. Or the individual trailer owners should have their own parking, space, like what we have in Capital Oil. Dangote should have his own. Everybody should have his own parking space.
Speaking on this development, the Chief Executive Officer of LASTMA, Chris Olakpe, tasked Lagos residents on patience.
At the level of private-public partnership, the government has given a concession to Dangote Group and flour mills to begin re-engineering, reconstruction of the Apapa axis, and I believe that once that is done, I think we will have amelioration for the present menace that's going on. The effect can be very damaging. That's why the construction should be hastened so that the vehicles can leave those spots on the bridge where they are. But I believe that in a matter of time, this will be a thing of the past.
Worthy of note is that the current situation has been aggravated due to the current rehabilitation of some major roads of Lagos State. One can only hope that the Lagos State government would sit and find a lasting solution to these tanker drivers parked daily on this road. You're still watching Superscreen News at 6. We'll take a short break here, and while we return, we'll bring you business news to stay. Well, it's so glad to have you back now in Business World. Minister of Finance Kemi Adeosun has reassigned portfolios in the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC). Special Advisor Media and Communications to the Minister of Finance Oluyinka Akintunde said Mary Uduk will assume the position of Acting Director General of the Commission. Akintunde stated that the minister in a letter said Uduk's appointment had become necessary to ensure effective regulation of the capital market. The minister also announced the redeployment of the former Acting Director General of the Commission, Abdul Zubair, to External Relations Department. The Federal High Court in Abuja has held that the immediate past Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Mohammed Adoke, cannot be held liable for his roles in the oil processing license transactions, commonly referred to as the Malabo deal. Delivering the judgment in the suit filed by Adoke against the incumbent AGF, Abubakar Malami, Justice Binta Yako held that since Adoke only executed the lawful approval of the then President Goodluck Jonathan, the former minister was free of any liability for his roles in the deal. You will recall that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) had charged Adoke with various offences involving his alleged roles in the transactions in which Nigeria was said to have been defrauded of about $1.8 billion. The Senate has mandated its Committee on Petroleum Upstream to investigate alleged renewed agitation for ownership of oil wells claimed by Kogi, Anambra and Enugu State. This follows a point of order raised by Senator Chukwuka Utaze during Thursday's plenary, where the lawmaker alleged that Anambra government had used one of its appointees, Prince Emu, to grant an interview saying Anambra is an oil-producing state.
It is unfortunate that the one Prince Emu, who is the chairman of a host states of oil-producing communities, visited Anambra and went to the traditional rulers in the traditional rulers' house in Oka. He went there and announced and assumed the powers he never had to come and say that the federal government has approved Anambra as oil producing. Mr. President, this Senate is very, very reasonable, and this Senate handles the issue expeditiously. The result of that announcement, that declaration by one Prince Emu, who went to talk with his members, talk about the constitution of oil host communities, and went about and started doing what he shouldn't do, has caused a lot of trouble. And the people of Kogi and the Enugu states are getting up in arms to fight this matter.
Other senators expressed their divergent views on the issue.
Most distinguished colleagues, if you recall in 2013, those that were here in the 7th Senate, I moved the motion for Anambra to be included in the oil-producing nation. And then the issue was that every state that wants to be included must produce 120,000 barrels of oil before they will be included. And I know that Anambra has attained to that. So what my colleague is saying is not true. He's lying. He's just saying his own view. And I would like the committee to go into it. And number two, let's call the SA to the president on that so that they can sit down. And because another time again, Stella Odua raised the same motion, including Anambra State as oil-producing company. So for him to stand and say that what they have said is not right, is wrong. So let's set up a committee so that we can go through it and know how to resolve.
You had earlier ruled, Mr. President, that the chairman of Petroleum Upstream look into the issue of the conflict as regards the oil discovery. But I want to say that as a senator representing Kogi in this chamber, that my electric brother and friend, Senator Utazi, is totally wrong, and that my soft-spoken senator from Anambra State is totally wrong,
The oil is from Ibaji local government in Kogi State, and it is wholly owned by Kogi State.
I think the best for this kind of matter is that's why we have standing committees like Committee of Petroleum to look into the matter and then come back to us and tell us where we are. I think until then, these matters will not, because I am sure if others can contribute, we have different contrary opinions to what you have raised. So Chairman Petroleum Upstream, please look into this and let us have a report on the matter.
The Senate President, Bukola Saraki, however, referred the matter to the Committee on Petroleum Upstream with an order to turn in its report in 2 weeks. The National Engineering and Technical Company Limited, NETCO, has announced its profit before tax for the 2017 financial year dropped by 34% to 3.26 billion naira when compared with the previous year. NETCO, a subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), said the BPT decreased by 34% when compared with the 4.9 billion naira it recorded at the preceding year. NNPC Chief Operating Officer Bello Rabiu said the decrease was attributed to the foreign exchange gains, which constituted 56% before tax in 2016 as compared to 4.8% again in 2017. Rabiu, however, disclosed this at the firm's 2017 annual general meeting in Abuja that the firm's revenue increased by 122% from 10.13 billion naira the previous year to 22.46 billion naira in 2017. The Bayelsa state government has threatened to sue the federal government if it refuses to deduct the 30% derivation component of the $1 billion excess crude account funds it plans to withdraw to tackle insecurity in the country. The State Commissioner for Information, Daniel Moxon, who disclosed this in a statement, said although President Buhari claims the $1 billion would be used for security purposes, many Nigerians doubt his sincerity on this. According to the statement, Bayelsa state government is insisting that the 13% derivation component of the money be deducted and sent to the various oil producing states as earlier demanded. We'll take another short break here, after which we'll bring you news from the foreign scene and then sports. Join us again.